He's probably just standing there like this, just splashing it everywhere. He had.
Just air dried like a dog. Anyways, so what's he doing with all the water?
He's probably just standing there like this, just splashing it everywhere. He had.
Just air dried like a dog. Anyways, so what's he doing with all the water?
He's probably just standing there like this, just splashing it everywhere. He had.
Just air dried like a dog. Anyways, so what's he doing with all the water?
He's probably just standing there like this, just splashing it everywhere. He had.
Just air dried like a dog. Anyways, so what's he doing with all the water?
He's probably just standing there like this, just splashing it everywhere. He had.
Just air dried like a dog. Anyways, so what's he doing with all the water?
he's probably just standing there like this, just flashing it everywhere. He had. Let's do it. Unmuted and oh wait, no. No. There we go. There's Khalees.
Giant bug.
Giant bug. Surprise.
It's all good, man. We're here. Barely, but we're here. You know
barely,
what I'm
yeah.
It's been a couple weeks.
It has been a couple weeks actually.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I think
Just
so.
busyness, like the convention. You guys are sick and like, you
I
know.
want to hear about this convention. Because
Ah.
that's what our plan was last week, really. And I'm really bummed that, like, life just struck me hard. So, like, I really would love to hear about some of your stories,
Yeah.
experiences, things you got from there.
I got so many good goodies. Like,
Yes.
but it blew me away. But by the way, hello Goofin, hello Brew, hello Jordan, hello anyone else there. Just want to say hello before we get really dived into this thing. But yeah, so on last weekend I was at Fan Expo. If you don't know, it's a very large 3-day kind of like a Comic-Con type of thing here. It's a big deal. And my mind was blown. It was the busiest show I've ever been to. Which
That's
says
awesome.
which says a lot. Like I've been to a few shows like in my day. Like not just
Sure.
like doing like my art stuff, but like attending shows. I've done quite a bit of them. But this one was bonkers. It was sold out all 3 days, which is never happened.
That's huge.
Huge. It's never happened.
Wow.
And I have a kind of a thought of why this year was such a big year. Like for the past like 6 or 7 years or so, like cons have kind of like people have like dipped. People were getting bored. They're the same thing every year. Nah. But like ever since like COVID hit, it's been like 3 solid years. Like last year we had
Right.
like last year we had one, but like you still had to wear masks and there was only a certain amount of people allowed in and this and that. So I think people are now like, fuck yeah, conventions. Haven't been to one in 3 years. Let's go.
Yeah.
And it's sold out and it was
So cool.
insane. Like literally like the doors like opened up at like 9 and closed at 7 o'clock on the first day. Busy the whole time. Like the amount of people in this crowd, they had to like actually hold off like people from like coming in and shuffle them around like these rows because there were so many people that they couldn't have them
Wow.
all just rush in. They had to like line up and like snake around. It was insane. And like to pee, like the toilets from where I was, it was like if there was no crowd would take you like 2 minutes. I'll turn Cleese up. Could you chat for a sec?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Testing.
There you
1,
go.
2, 3.
She's up. And yeah,
Hello.
without a crowd, you could go in like 2 minutes. With this fucking crowd, it takes you like 30 minutes to go to the toilet from where my table was. 30 minutes.
No.
Because you had to like shuffle through the crowd like this.
Little penguins.
Like, oh my God. And like the aisles were so full. And in the first day, I made what I made in 3 days last year.
That is so rad.
Like, I was like, what is this? What is this? And it was because it was sold out and crazy. But the toques were the winners.
Are they all gone?
I have 6 left.
Oh, that's great.
6 left.
Yeah, right, Brew? Definitely.
Thank you. People were eating up them toques, and like,
Yeah.
like everything sold really well. Like the magnets sold really well. Like my earrings sold really well too.
The earrings, yeah.
Oh, the earrings, yeah, it was
I'm sure.
amazing. Yeah, or a Star Trek toque when they went to the next gen actors, and the actors loved it. They were a huge fan of my toques.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
That is so
and then
rad.
yeah, and like imagine if I brought enough toques for all 3 days and like had a full table for all 3 days of toques. Like next year I'm planning on having 100 toques. Just because of how crazy.
Well, and it's kind of nice because it's like a nice little symbol that you put on there, so it's not like it's quick. That's quick money, really. Except for like you just want to get the turnover of the cost of the toque, right?
Yeah.
So, like that's pretty amazing, and they're so cute. That's so cute.
Yeah. Sorry. American people. It's called a
beanies.
Beanie to you guys.
Beanie, toque.
I know toque.
Both. I know both words.
I'm sorry.
I'm grateful.
I forgot.
I've nannied for Canadians, so I'm very familiar with certain lingo that I'm not familiar with as an American. So.
But yeah, like imagine if I had more. Like I brought, I think, 37 toques, which I thought was a good number of toques. Like
fuck yeah.
Not gonna lie, I thought that was and also like my table was pretty full.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you had a lot of product. My
dad called because like I posted like a picture like when like we were all set up and like the show like hasn't started yet. Like he called and went, "You have so much stuff, Chelsea," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been fucking busy." What do you think I'm
like cross
doing?
stitching any moment you've had. Like we'll be like on Monday nights, we'll be like in between games, and you'll be like, "Oh, I died," and then you're just like sitting there cross stitching. Like, you gotta get it done.
Gotta get that shit done. And but like he was
I gotta
shocked.
sell these, okay?
He was shocked. He's like, "You have so much shit," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, like, duh, it's a big event." But yeah, so and the weirdest thing happened at the show. Someone walked up. It's this girl. She's dressed up in her cute little cosplay, and she's like looking at all my stuff, and I'm like, hey, just chatting with her, and then she's like, here is $50. Pick me out something. And I'm like, I don't even know you. What? She's like, pick me out something. And I'm like,
wow.
And it was a lot of pressure because I'm like, okay, it's $50, so I'm gonna give you like one of my like those like wall pieces and like some earrings because I noticed that her ears were pierced. So I'm like, cool. Here's this cute wall piece because you're dressed super cute. So I'm assuming you're also a cute gamer girl type of thing. And I'm like, here's some cute little things too. But it was the weirdest thing I've never had.
Was she stoked?
Yeah, she was like thrilled with it. Cool. Like she's like, oh, these are so nice. I'm like, good, because I don't know you. I don't know what you like, but okay.
You did great.
Yeah.
You just looked at like what she brought to you.
Yeah.
And like how you thought her aura felt is how I see that.
Exactly. That's what I did.
Presented her what I think that was her plan. And I
know,
think that's
but
really
like,
cool.
I've never had anyone just be like, just pick me out something. And I'm like, that's a lot of pressure, but okay. Sure. I hope you don't hate it.
Oh, that's so funny. No, I don't think she could. Because she's like, no, you pick me out something. You created this.
Yeah.
Like, pick me out something. That's kind of cool. I like that idea.
It's so nice because I walked around, like I did a few laps around the place and you always miss someone. But as far as I could tell, I was the only cross-stitcher there, which is normal. Which I always say every year, if like next year someone pops up, I'm going to beat them up. Because clearly you're taking my shit. I'm the only one at every show. There's never anyone else doing my shit. And I will fight you for my turf. I will beat you up. I'm not gonna lie. Morning, if you're at the show and you're cross-stitching, I'm beating you up. I'm tipping that table over.
Because the lady came to the table, said, "Finally, a cross stitcher. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's rad.
Like, I'm fine when like
when
like other like cross stitchers are like, hey, like people I follow like on Instagram, and they're like, hey, I really like this thing. Can I like purchase like the pattern for it or this and that? And I'm like, you don't live around me, so it's fine. But if we were in the same town, fuck no.
No. Because I've got my in right now. That's special. You're like one of those special vendors
Which like
that
it's
only
good
comes around in RPGs.
because because everyone's got their pins, everyone's got like their like their keychains. People got their prints and their stickers, which like I'm not knocking them, but those are easy. You have them mass printed, mass made. Like the hard part is you got to draw the initial one, which like go for it. But like in the end of it, like they can do all of the shows. They can do all of the things, and I'm like, I wish I could do more, but I physically can't.
Yeah, you're like only one you.
I can maybe do one more show if they like at the end of this year ish, like close to the end, like the end of the year. But as long as it's a 1 day thing, I'm not gonna do a 3-dayer because that's just fucking me over.
Yeah,
but like a 1 day event I can do, but all these people are like, yeah, I'll be at this show, and this show, and I'm like, I want to go to all those shows.
They must do that as a living or something.
Some
right?
do.
I can see it.
There's one girl that I met in Saskatoon, and she literally does all of the West Coast. She does all of them. And she travels to all of the cities and does her shit every year.
Sorry.
Her Jordan is forced to slip away.
They've already talked about this. They're like, if only.
Well, like he actually said because he was there like day one, and he's like, maybe I should help because like if I help, we could make more and make more money. And I'm like, I've been saying this for years.
I've been there. I've heard it. I can contest. I have distinct memories. Talking about like if only I could get Jordan
like, and now he saw like how much I actually made. Like I'm gonna flat out say I made I made like $1,400 at that show.
Oh, great!
Yeah, 14.
Good for you.
Like I'm not sure.
That's good work.
I always want to know what like those like other booths make. So like I'm like I'll be open about it. I don't give a shit. There's no secrets here.
No,
like
that's great.
Yeah, which is amazing because last year in the total of 3 days I made like $750, which I was thrilled with. I was excited.
Still
I was like,
thrilled. Yeah,
I was like,
for
fuck
sure.
Yeah, $750. Like
that's
that,
awesome.
Like at that time was the most I've ever made like at any show. So I was like, fuck yeah. But like at this show, I'm like, oh my god, if I had more toques. Like the whole time, I'm just like, if I had more toques. If I had more toques.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like it's chilly and people want to wear toques and
perfect
like
time of year for it.
And as you said, they're small enough that like if you saw somebody with a toque like that, you'd be like, oh, it's just a toque. But like they're like, now it's my secret fandom.
Exactly. Because it's subtle, but it's also very substantial and like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Like, Yoshi egg, not a lot of people are gonna know.
Yeah.
If they're in that generation, but a lot of people won't. So you've got this hidden like token, like
exactly,
or Rupel of the Zelda rupee.
Yeah.
Rupel, the rupee.
Yeah.
I think you did one of those maybe. I
did
recall.
I did earrings of those.
Do you do the earrings? I wasn't sure if you did it on the toque or not, but
exactly. But I will be doing them on toques
fun
now.
Little things like that, you know.
Like I have a list of shit I'm gonna put on toques. It's just I have to buy the toques, which I haven't done yet. Yeah. But next year I will be like bringing up the prices a little bit. Like nothing substantial, but like the toques will be like $25 instead of like $20. And also like the fees for like my table went up like they do every year. So gotta match it somehow. Like I already like booked my booth for like next year, so I'm set. Inflation. Like inflation, exactly. Like magnets are gonna be $5 or $3 for I can't remember what the number was. I can't remember. 10
or 11?
Yeah, something like
11?
that. I think I want to keep it like an even 10. Yeah. Something like that.
You could do all sorts of little deals and get shit off there. Like, you know, get product rolling like
for the most part, like the only things I really do like deals for is magnets. No, it was $4 each, 3 for $10. That was it. That's what we were gonna do because it's originally right now $3, 2 for $5. So that's what we're gonna do.
That's a great idea.
And like with those, I don't mind because like they're small, they're so easy to make, and I can bam like pump them out. But like at the start of it, like my little basket thing was full of magnets, like to the rim full. And then by the end, it's like dwindling down. Like there's like a single row of magnets now, and I'm like, oh my god,
so great! I'm so happy for you. That's so rad.
Oh, it was so good. I want one of those, Brew, but I don't fully know what I'm gonna. There's a kid's toy where it's like a claw thing, like a claw game, and I want to get that, but I don't know what I would put into it and where I would put it on my table with all my shit. So,
oh my god, you get the little, you know,
like the little achy things, and it's a claw machine,
and you put
magnets or something,
magnets, earrings. You know, I don't know how it would work out, actually. I don't know how that would work, but I just was like, you could do like cool little rings too, like but I don't know how that would work. I don't know. My brain just went.
Do you make patches? I don't. I've thought about it, but with the
patches would be cool.
But with the toques, I think I'm primarily focusing for the next show. I'm going to primarily focus on toques instead of delving into a new cross stitch thing. But it is on my list because I've always like I've thought about doing those for a long time. But then with the success of toques, I'm like, I'm gonna do a shit ton of toques.
Patches are really cool.
They are
like the ones that like iron on all hot
like
or whatever.
I could try out doing like tiny ones, like kind of like like the magnet sizes, and try those sizes. But once again, where the fuck do I put them on my table? My table is full. Like, let me hold up a picture of how full my table was.
Might need to get a bigger table.
The issue is that there's I would love to get an 8-footer. I would love to, but they don't have them. It's either you get a 6-foot or a 12-foot. And the 12-foot to me just seems way too fucking big, and it costs a lot more. Like, for my table next year, I paid...
Like, for the space, you mean?
Yeah. The cost of the 6-foot table for next year, I paid... It's on the table. I paid $220, I think. Yeah, $220, and then for the 12-footer
per day.
No. For the whole event.
Okay.
And then the 12-footer was around $550. And I'm like, I don't know. Like,
but then you have a lot more product to sell, so I see why. I get it.
But I would love an 8-footer. I think an 8-footer would be perfect, but they just go 6 or 12. So
that sucks. It's one or the other.
I know.
Small or big.
Like there's some shows that I've gone to that they do 6-foot, 8-foot, or like the big booths. Yeah, so this is my table. As you can see by the blurriness. How full it was. Come on.
Yeah, you do have a lot of product on there, but
yeah, you can see. It's good enough. I got a shit.
But in a good way.
Oh yeah, like it was full. Like it looked so good.
Do you get floor space by any chance?
No. Like in the back they do like section off like a section for you, but I don't know if you could push the tables back and then have like that space because they want you to be a straight line. They don't want you fucking with that stuff.
They want it unison, okay.
Yeah, like I could get a booth, but then I might get moved and I have a really good spot.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Keep your spot.
Yeah.
I was going to say if you could maneuver it somehow, or I don't know. You've already got the layers and stuff already with the racks, so it's just like... But you are probably going to... Well, if you're doing more toques, well, you'd have backup underneath. So
exactly. And like Jordan said, as like people buy toques, I could just bring more toques out. But then my fear is, what if someone's like looking at the toques for a certain thing and it's in my box and it's not on the table and they're too shy to ask about it?
Yeah.
Because at these shows, as like Jordan is aware now, these aren't just this is gonna sound super stupid. They're not normal people.
No, I get it.
They're shy nerds.
They're introverts.
They're introverts who are excited. They're us, but like they're extra shy.
I wouldn't be asking either.
Catalog of inventory people can page through.
I was just gonna say what
that is an option, which I did. I at my first ever show when I was splitting my table with my friend, I did have that, and it could work. It just I need to like rethink like how I want to set up my table really.
Yeah, and you could like if you know what products you're gonna bring to the show as far as what designs of toques you're gonna have.
Yeah,
you could take a picture of each toque and be like, "This is my inventory," and then you could take out or whatever X out whatever is sold out or whatever.
But the really sweet thing that like I was shocked about was people walked up and I'm like, "Oh hey, here's a card and like check me out like on like Instagram and this that," and they're like, "Oh no, I follow you, I'm fine," and I'm like, "Excuse me, you follow me?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, you follow me?" And like they're like, "Yeah, I like because I was there like last like last year. I had a couple of people come up and said, 'Oh, I bought this thing at last year's show and I now want to buy something again.'" So they're like they're reoccurring customers. And I'm like, "Oh my god, you follow me?" Like they were like tagging me in pictures of them with my things. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is so weird."
That is so cool.
Custom request brew. No. I hate commissions. I know it sounds so bad, but I hate commissions.
It's just an obligation, and it's like, what if I lose my creative motivation on this?
And what if I can't make exactly what you want? Because like
it's a lot of pressure.
At the first show I did here in Vancouver, like it was a Final Fantasy focused show, and then this friggin' dad came up. And he wanted some like Christmas ornaments done of like these Final Fantasy people, and his kids each picked a person. So I googled like pixel art and this and that, and then I'm like, "How about this for this character, this for this character?" And he's like, "Couldn't you like make it more like realistic instead of like pixely?" And I'm like, "Bro, it's this big. It's this big. It needs to be like pretty like pixelated." And he's like, "Oh, well, like my mother like cross stitches and I just thought you could like upgrade like the pattern." And I'm like, "It's this big on a 14 count. If you want something more, I'm sorry, but I can't help you." And he came back to my table like 3 fucking times and he was pissing me off. And I'm like, he kept just asking and showing me pictures of like these really intricate pictures, and I'm like,
I don't do that.
Big, bro. How the fuck is that gonna fit there? Oh my god. Cross-stitch QR code. Oh, that'd be so much fun. But yeah, like this,
and that like work. Could you do that?
We finally figured it out. You could probably cross-stitch a QR code, probably. I've never tried it, but I should give it a go. Find some random one. Cross stitch it. But yeah, me and this dude like finally figured it out. He ordered like 5, and then it was my first year here, and I didn't have like one of my cool like the card thing, like the tap, and I didn't have that yet because I'm new to the city, and I thought cash is king at these shows back in the day. Right. Here in this city, card is king here. And I figured that out. And he's like, "Oh, anymore. Can I tap?" And I'm like, "I don't have a card reader." And he's like, "Oh, I'm from America, so I don't have cash." And I'm like, "Oh, I can't help you." And he went to like sorry. And then he went to some bank and got some money and paid me.
Cool.
But then I'm like, I need a card reader desperately.
Yeah. Especially like in cities, I recognize that last year, most cities aren't interested in cash.
Yeah.
Small towns still are. I'll say that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah, definitely. Like this,
definitely card is king in
like
the cities.
this show, like this year, I made so much on that card thing. Like, there was so much tap, which I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But there was some drama, though, at the convention.
Oh, tell us.
On day 3, this girl that she draws, like, birds. Like, not just birds, but, like, cute birds, like, skateboarding and, like, ducks, and, like, they're, like, wearing outfits and shit. Like, she does awesome work. Excuse me, work phone. Excuse me. It's probably Amazon.
It's okay.
Amazon. But yeah, there was some drama because she tweeted out that she was talking to somebody else that was there, and he said we all were shocked that he like even just said that he does this. He takes his fucking card thing, walks around in crowds and bumps people, and it reads their fucking bank cards. And he steals money from people in the crowds.
That was happening there?
Yes.
That sucks.
I don't know. I'll find the book in a sec. But yeah, and like he told her this, and so she tweeted it out, and we're like, "Did you talk to like the management?" And she's like, "I didn't because I was just complete shock that it happened." But like she told him like what booth it was, and shame. Like, what the fuck?
That's rude.
That
stresses me out.
Yeah. Well, you guys don't don't have tap on on bank cards. Like here, tap is everywhere.
Is that like where you can tap to pay?
Yeah, you can tap
or
to
whatever.
Pay.
Yeah, we have that. Well, I don't personally have it, but it is available, and you can also pay with your phone.
But it's not a big thing there, as far as I know. It's not a big thing in like
I think it
America
depends
yet.
where you live. I think most cities in America are technically what is it? Technologically sound is what I was trying to say, and or advanced. Most small towns or outskirt towns, not so much. Like we live really close to Silicon Valley, so I wouldn't be surprised if we had that technology like close to us in California.
Mm-hmm.
To be frank. But you're right. I don't think it's as common, but definitely in cities for sure, like San Francisco, that kind of stuff. It's like the no touch thing, no touch.
Yeah.
No touch. So, and like gas stations too here, like your cars get swiped through that as well. Somehow they put like this weird card reader thing in there or something. I don't know. Fucking weird. I don't like it. I'm like, it's like having unprotected sex.
Well, tap, I used to be like super anti-tap. And then and then I got my new card and it automatically came with tap on it. And I've just been hooked since. I'm like, no, this is great actually. It's fantastic.
It's like easy, right? It's like,
super
boop,
easy.
Done.
Just boop boop done. I love it.
I watch people like do it around me who aren't from here because we have the capability on like their little pin pads or whatever. I don't use it obviously because I don't have it at I have a local old bank here. Honestly, Kona has a more scale type bank because he was tired of the old small town bank.
The old shit.
He got really mad at it out of them actually. So I'm like, I'm not leaving my bank. Thanks. Weirdo. But yeah, so the tap thing is crazy. Yeah. I'm not used to it. But I watch people do it and I'm always just like, what? I watched this girl pay with her fucking phone the other day. And I was
like there's people here at the show, like they were like tapping their phones on and I'm like, oh wow, look at you with your phone. Look at you with your phone out. But yeah, like that thing was like well worth the money because this year, the first day, there was so much tap. So much tap. Like if I didn't have that, I probably would have made like half of the sales because people don't bring cash anywhere.
No, it's too much touching, too much spreading.
Yeah, but I will say that a lot of people, because like on Twitter and like Facebook, they've been saying this year was a great show, but you guys need to expand, get a bigger space because like they have it in this big center, a huge center, but they only use like the downstairs portion. And people are like, for like the individual talks, like because like the guests go on stage and do like Q&As and stuff. Apparently what was happening with the mixture of the stages just in this open space, like one's on one side and one's on like the other side, plus the crowd, the sound was just fucking insane. You couldn't hear anything. And they're like, you need to book out rooms and use the whole building pretty much. Like what I think they should do personally is book rooms for the talks and expand the whole downstairs for the booths, like people selling shit. That's what I think that they should do. They needed curtains at the back of each talk. Well, even still, it was so crowded. I fully believe that they should move talks to different spaces and just open up the whole bottom to like the food place, like because there's like food carts and shit, and us. And that's not just like the art people. It's also the people legit like stores and shit. And just put that, like, I think that would be a lot better than what they have set up. And like from what I hear, when this show started, like the like early days of the show, apparently they did actually do that. Like they booked different rooms for different talks. And then a few years ago, they just stopped, which I'm assuming is a cost thing. Because like I said, the people didn't attend shows. The people were getting bored with shows for the last 6 years or so. So maybe like people didn't show up. They couldn't afford it.
They weren't sure what to anticipate.
But I think now, with how well this year did, I'm hoping it's going to carry on for the next at least 10 years. I hope. And then it's probably going to dip down again.
I remember when I was a kid, I went to a convention with my grandma, and I can't say it was a nerd, you know, anything I would actually probably enjoy going to. It was a lot of like, just random crafts and stuff people made. It wasn't, I guess maybe it was similar. I don't know. But
like I would love a craft show pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. Just a straight craft show of just a bunch of random different crafts and stuff. Yeah. But I was little.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget her buying me this like kind of swirly wind. It wasn't a chime because it didn't like chime, but you know, just like what are those called? Like decoration? Like but it spun really cool.
Yeah, in the wind,
in the air when the wind came through, it would spin. It was really neat, and it was rainbow, and it was really cool. But exactly how you're describing your convention, it was bringing back memories.
It's like that, but just full of nerdy shit.
Yes, and it's like it's bringing me back to like remembering that there were fruits, like a food section. All of the but hearing it from your perspective is just way different because I was like a little kid then. So it's cool to kind of place it in your perspective because it's interesting to see how it works.
Yeah.
You know, and what's expected and what makes a good show versus a bad show.
Oh, and I've had some
bad shows. I would have no context, you know?
I've had some bad shows.
What was one of the worst?
Oh, my dear Lord. I have at least 3 worsts.
Okay.
I've done.
With one.
Okay,
or 3.
I'll start with one. They all happened in the same fucking year, too. Like, it was the worst year. No. It was, at that time, I was still, like, sharing, halving a table with a friend. Because, like, that's how we started. We were halving the table because we're, like, just testing out the waters. And this was in 2018 or 2017. I can't exactly remember. But it was a year before we moved here. Mm-hmm. And, the first show of the year. I'll just go through all 3 because they're, like, quick.
Yes, I want to hear all 3. I just wasn't sure which one you were going to start with. So go ahead.
So the first one of the year was the first one we ever did. Like we did it the year prior, and it was great. It was super fun. We had a great time. The next year, we were hyped for it, and, like, people showed up, but, like, it wasn't as busy as it should have been. And everyone's like, what the fuck is this? Like, because like I asked her, I'm going, is it slow for you guys? And they're like, yeah, what the fuck? This is normally a busy show. It turns out the weekend they booked it. They didn't book it on their like normal time. They booked it like a week out, and it was at the same time in Saskatoon that they have this fucking country a music show at the same time. So we had to.
So a bunch of people went there instead.
Yes, and people, like we were pissed. Like the people who ran the show, they knew how mad all of us were. We're just like, why did you book it on the same time as fucking Craven? Why did you do that? And they're like, so they sent out this big thing going, we're so sorry. Basically. And they're like, we screwed up. We are so sorry. Next year is booked on the normal weekend that it was prior. We were trying something new and we just clearly didn't plan ahead. Because they knew that they needed to make up for it, because I'm sure if they didn't say shit, a lot of people would not actually show up next year, which you can't build that back up. We're like the core group of people.
Yeah, once you kind of ruined the people who were consistently wanting to be there, once you ruin it for them, it's like kind of hard for them to come back.
You got to build
that
trust up.
Better be real enticing, you know?
Yeah, and like, it was bad. And like, I was pissed. It was such a waste of time. And, so that was one of the bad shows that I was like, this sucks. I fucking
sitting there
this.
bitter
for like 2 days. And then the next show, I don't know why I agreed to this, but in Saskatoon, there's like a week-long outside night craft fair thing in Saskatoon. Wow. And like, one of our friends... Did
you do the whole week? Oh no, that's a lot.
Oh my God. Our friend was like, hey, I got us like a spot. If you want to like split the fee like 3 ways, do you want to do this whole week thing? And I don't know why the fuck I said yes, but I said yes. And I was like, oh yeah, that'll be cool. The Fringe, hell yeah. Like, the Fringe is cool. And then like, oh, it was not cool. It was so not cool. It was so shitty because like it was a normal.
Opposite of cool.
It was the opposite of cool, honestly, because like it wasn't nerdy people there. It was the common folk. It was the normal
I
people.
Described.
Yes, like the normies.
There were nerdy stuff at the convention I remember going to as a child.
And it was dark. We had no fucking lights, and it doesn't help that like this provinces like there was like fires everywhere, so it was so smoky outside, and it doesn't start till like 8 p.m. and ends at like 11, and it was like there's nowhere to park because it's just that part of the city where there's nowhere to park, and you have to like put your tables out and take them down, put them up, take them down like every fucking night. And I also worked too.
Yeah.
And it was just.
And what time did it start?
It started like 7 or 8 at night.
Okay.
And ran
did
to like.
Did it go till like midnight?
Yeah. It was terrible.
Wow.
And I hated every second of it. I made back exactly what I owed. And then I was like, peace out. This was a waste of time.
Never doing this again, bitches. Like,
fuck
peace.
No. And then the last convention of that year that sucked ass. Once again, this friend that got us the spot at the fucking Fringe. She's like, hey, I was on like this this waiting list at the Saskatoon expo, which is like the same thing that I just went to here, but in Saskatoon.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, cool. You were on the waiting list. You got in, and you got a booth, not just a table. So it's like a fucking booth. A full area. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. Yeah, sure, totally. And then we go to set up. And I'm like, oh, where's our table gonna be? Because like all of us art people are in the same section. They keep us all together in a group. And I'm like, oh, where's our table? And they're like, oh, it's a blah, blah, blah number. And I'm like, okay, cool. That doesn't really sound like a table I recognize. Because the artists are all like in G, blah blah blah, and we were in like L blah blah blah. I'm like, that's kind of weird, but whatever. So then I find where our fucking table is, where our booth is, and all the art people are way over there in their own little group, and we're against the fucking wall, away from everybody.
No.
And I walk up, and I'm like, already, I'm like, the fuck?
Oh no, that's the last place
you my God. We're not even near anybody right now. And
that's why you got the spot.
If I was not an asshole friend, but like at the same time, yes, I would have been like, nah, bitches, I'm pulling out. But I'm like, oh, I've agreed, and this booth was expensive, and like, fine. So I'm setting up. I have like queasiness. I'm like, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good. Like, we set up our table. We figure out whose section of the booth is each other's. Like, it's like an L shape, and like we're figuring it all out.
Sharing the space of it.
Sharing the fucking space of
Getting it
it.
in thirds, basically.
Exactly. And it's a 3-day event. And I, in total, sold like $20 worth of stuff. Not even enough for the table.
No.
And then that was the show that I'm like, you know what, guys, next year, I'm going to do a solo table for the whole year. I'm going to be in charge of setting up my own schedule. I'm sorry, but
This was bullshit.
I'm going solo. I'm not trusting any of you people to sort this shit out. Because for the last, like, those 3, like, shitty shows, the first table I was trusting my friend that I was halving it with to take care of, like, actually getting us in, was very, like, last minute. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not how I roll.
Yeah.
This is
You
not
like
how
set
I roll.
in stone.
So, like, I was like,
Right?
next year, I'm solo.
Yeah.
And I had a full plan. Like, I paid for a table in like another town, and I was like, yeah, this is in like May or something, and then all of a sudden, oh, we're gonna move, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, ruined my plans. God damn it. So then I texted the friend that I was sharing my table with prior, and I'm like, hey, do you want to like buy this booth from me? Because like I'm literally fucking moving. So
I gotta go.
So she took it, but it ruined all my plans. Like, because in Saskatoon, I knew all the shows.
Yeah.
I knew all of them. I had a fucking
Get it
plan.
out.
I knew what shows I was going to do. And then we moved here, and I'm like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
You basically dipped your toes in it a couple times now, right?
Yeah, like when we moved to Vancouver, we moved in March, and then in November, I did my first smaller show here, and it was a success. I had a great time. And then I did like the big show, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. We made some good money, and then I did a Christmas show, which I'm not doing that again. I'm never doing any more normie shows. It's not worth my time.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it benefits like you as an artist.
No, I'm not.
You know, you need to get in the right crowd for your flow.
I gotta be in a crowd of my people.
Yeah.
And so, I've decided I'm not doing any more normies. The location didn't help. Yeah, the location also sucked ass.
Yeah.
Of that show.
Yeah.
It was like in a church and some like way off in the distance. It was
They'd have to travel really far too.
And like you couldn't park because there's like road shit like being done. Like they're digging up the roads and you couldn't park anywhere either. And it was pissing down with rain too.
Everything was against you.
It was everything, and I was like, ugh. And then so I'm just gonna stick to like my nerdy shit. It's safer.
It's fun.
It's fun.
You know?
Like I held back. I like didn't buy a whole shit ton of stuff. I did buy some stuff because like hello, I cannot like go to a con and like
support each other.
I cannot like not spend money. At shows, like, come on, give me a break.
Inevitably, there'll be something you see that you like, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh, I think so.
But, like, I was on, like, a mission, and I'm like, I want to find some, like, Final Fantasy merch, like, some Final Fantasy art. Fucking nothing. No Final Fantasy shit. There was, like, I found, like, literally, like, 2 things. And I'm like, where's the Final Fantasy love? Like, what the fuck?
Interesting.
Yeah, I was looking around like because I always like check
keep
too.
In mind.
Exactly.
Or maybe other people might be looking for it too, and it's just not there.
I always like check out what like costumes people are wearing. I'm like, oh, this show. Oh, this show. Okay, that show. People are liking this show. And I'm looking at other people's like drawings. Like, what do they have a lot of? What's in?
Yeah.
Because like I'm in like this scene of the conventions. I'm an oldie. I know that I'm not old, but like in this sphere,
your style,
I am old.
Right.
I haven't watched any new shit.
Yeah.
In years, like I'm currently now watching the Sailor Moon that came out 6 years ago, I think.
Oh, I've never seen any of the Sailor Moons. So.
It's actually really good. But like, I don't know what's in. I don't know what's cool. I don't know what the kids like.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that a lot of people that go to these shows, a lot of them are also my age. So I'm like, I know what you want. I know what my generation wants. I know what you want. But these younger kids, I don't know what the fuck you guys want.
Yeah.
Is like Pokemon still a thing? I don't know.
I think so.
It is, but like I don't know any of the new Pokemon. I know the first and second gen, and that's it. If you show me anything from like the next 10 years, I don't know what that fuck that thing is.
I want to say I think I only know the first gen. I don't think I know second gen.
I know first and second gen solid, but like anything after that, I'm like, I don't know what that is.
There's too much.
There's too many.
Why are there so many?
And here's the thing, like Pokemon, everyone has their favorite. Somebody loves the one thing, like for instance, someone showed up at a show once and they're like, oh, hey, I see like you have some like Pokemon art. And they would walk up and they legit ask me, do you have a Muck? And I turn around and I'm like, Muck? Muck is the Pokemon you're going with? The one that literally looks like mud and garbage?
He is. He's Muck.
He's Muck. And he's like, yeah, I want like a Muck. And I'm like, no, I don't have Muck because I didn't know that anybody liked Muck, first of all.
Like Muck and Ghastly.
Well, like Ghastly's cool, but Muck.
Popular.
Muck is literally mud.
He's kind of cute though.
But like, you can't
I agree. How can you predict someone's gonna want a Muck?
Right? How the fuck am I gonna know this?
But now that you know, you gotta look. That's something to be in tune with though, because people might be looking for those random ass, underrated, freaking Dell ass on Animal Crossing freaking characters. You know,
and like it's my own fault also. Like I knew if I made a Pikachu too, it would sell. But I'm like kind of like anti Pikachu. So I didn't make him, and I'm like
too popular. I think.
It's also I'm kind of like salty towards him for a personal reason. Yeah. Because like I don't know if you knew this, but like Pikachu wasn't supposed to be the main show. Like it wasn't supposed to be the main Pokemon at all. It was supposed to be. Was? Yeah, I do know.
Oh, you were supposed to.
No, it's all good. Clefairy was actually supposed to be the main one, but they didn't go with it because they felt it looked too girly, and they wanted to attract the boys too. So they made Pikachu the lead, and I'm like, why? Clefairy would have been cool. So it's a personal thing with Pikachu.
I see it.
It's personal. I'm just like salty about it.
That's unfortunate. And Pikachu's a girl, isn't she?
I don't actually know. I think
don't know either.
I think the
what the pronouns are that they use.
Original was a boy. And then and then one of the other seasons it was a girl, but I don't fully know.
Okay.
Not entirely sure. But
I kind of assumed it was a girl, but maybe it's not.
Really? You always assumed that Pikachu was a girl? Interesting. Yeah. I always just assumed, like, as a kid, that Pikachu was a boy for some reason. I don't know. Like, it's a mouse. Who? Like, how are we going to know? But I always thought Pikachu was a mouse, and I was shocked when I found out that Pikachu actually is supposed to have fur. And I was like, I thought Pikachu was going to be, like, bald.
Pikachu's a male.
Oh, okay.
It was confirmed that Pikachu is male. His physical appearance could not be used as proof since gender differences were not implemented until after he had debuted in the anime. Yeah. Yeah, they made it so like the female Pikachus, their tails were like heart-shaped and the male ones were square, something like that. I can't remember how they distinguished boy and girl Pikachus. But I think it's something like that. Oh, yeah, it's the tip of the tail.
Yeah.
One is more straight and one has kind of like curve to it.
I thought Pikachu was just Pikachu Pokemon are based on actual animals. There's literally a horse.
Yeah.
There's literally
that was one of my favorites, the flaming horse. I can't remember its name right now. Rapidash.
Ponyta. Yeah, Rapidash
Ponyta?
was like, yeah, that was the smaller version, and then it turns into a Rapidash.
See, I liked a lot of I have a lot of favorites, okay?
Yeah, like the
like
Vulpix. I love Vulpix. That was one of my favorites. Like, what the heck is Poliwag?
Charmander, for some reason, has always stolen my heart.
Charmander's so good. Poliwag is supposed to be a tadpole. That's what that was based off of. This one is Snorlax.
Hi, Jay.
My spirit. What's
Snorlax?
Up, Snorlax, fuck yeah. Goldeen. Goldeen was so pretty. I loved her so much. Like, she was so like it's just a fish, but like she was so pretty. And Horsey, like the little seahorse. I don't know how you didn't see that there was like they were based off of animals. Like, it's literally a fish and a monkey. And I'm not making fun of you, it's just funny.
There's even like the ostrich one.
Yeah, the ostrich one. Birds.
It runs right. The bird.
Yeah,
it runs right across you in the beginning of Pokemon Snap. What's its freaking name? Yeah, the Magneto. Okay, what about that?
Pidgey.
Well, he's just a Magnetron.
He's just a magnet, bro.
Isn't he a Magnetron? Isn't it Magnetron?
Magnitude? I don't know.
Hold on. Names.
Now we're gonna look up all the fucking Pokemon, especially of the first gen.
First gen. We're first genning. That's it.
We're first genning. Don't get us confused, okay?
Be throwing this
Spearow.
Anything else out there?
Spearow. Butterfree.
Bulbasaur was so cute too.
Butterfree was like a butterfly.
Butterfree.
Voltorb. Exactly, Voltorb. It was just a bomb. It's fine. Squirtle's a turtle. Kind of, somewhat. He has a shell. He's a turtle. I did count people are screaming. I mean, I did.
I heard
Bunch of people.
always try to take cards today. It's true.
Yeah, true. I'm always handing. Oh, and the business cards. I did not have enough business cards, man.
Bummer.
I thought I had a shit ton. It turns out I had like a stack of like this much, and like by day 3, I taped one down, and I'm like, take a picture because this is the last one I got.
Don't forget me.
Like, I literally ran out and I taped it down. I'm like, take a picture. They're like, okay.
Yeah, there's some great Pokemon back in the day.
So good. Eevee, oh my god, Eevee and all the like the evolutions, which is still like probably one of the top selling Pokemon, probably. Who else was there? But yeah, there's so many. Caterpie,
Caterpie turned into Metapod, that turned into Butterfree.
Seabrew, you're catching on. Oddish was a radish type of thing.
Weedle turned into Kakuna, that turned into Beedrill.
Yeah. Yeah. Seabrew.
All the Ratatatatas.
Rattatas.
The Nidorina and Nidoran.
Yes.
Those are male and female.
Yes, and I always got them mixed up.
Yeah, same.
I always got them mixed up because I didn't know what like the boy symbol and the girl one was. And
Ninetales was probably one. She was probably one of my favorite evolved Pokemon.
So pretty. I loved her.
So pretty.
But like Vulpix will always be like, I think like in my top 3, like Vulpix. All the rocks ones are just rocks though. Sad story. I know. I know, right? There are just rock ones, and that's okay.
Because they're earth, right? And then there's like the gas ones, like coughing and wheezing.
The ghosts. Yeah.
And Tangela doesn't go into anything, right? Tangela's just Tangela.
What the fuck is a Tangela?
Remember that one?
No, let me Google it.
Oh gosh, here, I'll put it in the chat.
Tangela.
So cute.
Oh, that guy. Like, I think that he was just like vines with feet.
That's it. He's just like a noodle ball.
Yeah, I don't exactly know.
I don't know what he is.
But like, he's a plant, so I think he was just weeds and stuff.
Like, can I be real that I always kind of was skeptical about Staryu and Starmie? Like, I felt like they were evil. I don't know why. That's
I thought they were evil.
Cap on me. Okay. I was like, hey. Oh, and then there's Ditto too. Ditto was cute.
Ditto. Fuck yeah, Ditto.
Oh wait, where's Muck? I haven't seen Muck.
You got like that fucker that asked for Muck that one time, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I did not make a Muck. And he's like, that's okay. I didn't expect you to. Mew, I thought it was female. Yeah, I always thought that Mew was a girl too, J-Love. I agree.
Same.
More sea
urchin. Oh, Muck is ugly. I love him.
Jinx, I think Jinx is just a gypsy type of thing, you know?
Isn't she like a gas?
I don't know, but like she looked like a
he's poison. Person.
Female and male.
Oh, Doduo.
Doduo.
And Dodrio. Those were the ostrich ones.
The ostrich things with like 3 heads.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now we're just talking about Pokemon.
Bro, it's been a minute. I'm pretty sure my whole collection of Pokemon cards were thrown away. I
think mine was too, because I don't think my dad has them still. Like we had them in binders, like in like little card holders. Like
yes,
they were organized. Yeah. My sister had my sister had them one, and I had one, but I'm pretty sure they got gone pretty much. I don't know what happened with them. Yeah, seal is a seal. Good job, Brew, for picking that one. GG, Brew.
Oh man, that's some funny shit. Also didn't like Mankey either.
Mankey could go fuck himself. I agree. I did not trust that fucker 1 minute I saw him. I'm like, nah, this guy's no. No good. What's the scissor one? Like the Scyther? Like the Scyther? I always like with that one, because like there's that like episode of a Pokemon where like Pikachu has like a bottle of ketchup, and it doesn't like red, and like it like attacked him because he got like ketchup on him. I don't know why I remember that episode.
See, the things Pokemon is so substantial in our life.
It really is. My sister and I watched it so much growing up. Like, oh my god, we watched it so much.
I watched more of it as an adult than I did as a kid. I was really into collecting the cards.
Ah, yes.
I didn't play the card game, but I was really into collecting the cards.
No, we never played the card
game. I had a holographic Charizard.
Wow, that's worth a lot of money now.
Yeah, I know.
Sad.
I had friends who had like the special extra holographic in the case, and it was like, oh my god. I was like the only girl and all the boys of the neighborhood, and we just nerded out on video games a lot. So.
Well, like my school, like they banned them, and they're like, you can't bring any Pokemon cards to school.
Of course they did. I'm sure that happened in our school too at one point. I never brought them to school though. I never wanted to trade with people because I was kind of possessive about what I had, unless it was worth it. I'm gonna blow my nose real quick.
You know who the best Pokemon who lost all the time? Brock. Every time he flirts with female, gets denied. Like, are you calling Brock a Pokemon? Kind of sounds like you're calling Brock a Pokemon. Are you calling Brock a Pokemon? He's not. Just an FYI, Jay. Just oh, jeez. Fucking Pokemon. But yeah, like everyone has like their favorite. You'll never find one that you like. There will never be a Pokemon I think that everybody hates, you know? Someone's gonna love it, including Muck. Oh, fucking Muck. And
what's your least favorite Pokemon in first generation?
Muck.
Is it Muck?
Just kidding. No, like I don't have like a definite like I hate this motherfucker, but like I don't know. I don't know, like the ugly ones like Muck and like like a Mankey and like him like Spanky. I'm like
that's in my head.
Hitmonlee and Hitmonchamp. Like I'm all about the cute Pokemon, so anyone that I found ugly, I'm like, ugh, get out of here. gross. How about you? Do you have any Pokemon you hate?
I mean, I have the same sentiment. There's just like I don't really like Bellsprout.
Really? Bellsprout.
And like
Bellsprout.
And definitely I don't like it's cute. Bellsprout's cute, but there's just something about
but he's kind of weird.
Like.
His like little feet.
And the whole evolution of them, it's just
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like the
maybe
evolution.
A little too Alice in Wonderland for me.
Maybe.
You know?
Like his feet kind of like creep me out, like the little you know?
And then I don't really like Jinx either.
Yeah, Jinx isn't great.
Yeah. And that's just or even Mr. Mime is kind of weird.
Oh, Mr. Mime. Or that duck
Those
with
are my
his
three kind of
onion.
Psyduck or whatever.
No. It's there's a Psyduck, but like Psyduck was awesome. But there's another little duck, and he holds like a stick all the time.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember his name though. But I remember in Pokemon Go, you could only find him in Asia. Like you couldn't find him here. You would have to like travel to Asia or trade with a friend.
Really?
You know. Yeah, there were certain ones that were only based in certain places. Mr. Mime was in Europe only.
That's funny, but we knew about him.
Oh yeah, like we knew that that was a thing, but everyone knew that you could only trade with someone to get him. Unless you went there and played Pokemon Go on your holiday.
Wow.
Like a cool person. Mr. Mime is definitely French. Definitely French. 100% French. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know what the guy with the stick is.
I don't know.
See him on here specifically, but...
I'm going to just Google Pokemon duck with leek. That's it. His name... I totally
forgot about Lickitung.
Farfetched. That's his name.
Farfetch'd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me put him in the chat. Farfetch'd. North America is the bison. Yeah. Yes, North America was a bison, which I recall because when my sister and I came to Vancouver like a few years ago, like prior to us like actually moving there, moving here, I was still playing it pretty hardcore, and like we came here and I'm like, guys, the bison, and, like I was trying to catch it, and like we were like on like a friggin' bus, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't miss this. And I was like geeking out real hard. That's when we hooked. Yeah, and I got you hooked, and you still play it. I haven't touched it in probably years, which I'm so sorry. But Mime Jr. looks kind of cute. Mime Jr. That must be like a different generation, though. Mime Jr. Oh, he's pretty cute. Aw, if only Mr. Mime was just as cute. He's cute. You're muted, I think.
Oh, I was. Sorry, because I coughed and I forgot. And then I was looking at Mime Jr., who is adorable.
He's so cute.
I want to draw Mime Jr. Look at that little, like... What are those... Are those...
I don't know.
What's going on? Is that his fupa?
I think those are his little legs. He's so cute, though. He's pretty friggin' adorable. But what generation does he belong to? Generation IV, which is 4. So he's the 4th generation, which is way past. Like, I know the starters for 3, but apart from that, I don't know.
Or a muffin top, I should say, I guess. I got a muffin top.
This kid got a fupa.
Maybe not a fupa. I did say fupa. I think I meant muffin top. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm not here. This time I'm just congested, okay?
Yeah, she's been sick.
Oh, it's so funny.
She's been dying.
He is really cute.
He is super cute.
I will admit. Oh, Pokemon. Yeah.
Classic.
So good.
So good. So classic.
Yeah. I mean, that's... You could... Because you never know.
Like, I could technically make one for every Pokemon that exists, but, like, I got other
That's
shit
outrageous.
to make.
There's so many other things you could do. Yeah.
Exactly.
You could pick out a couple cool, like, little first gens and see if they do well the next thing and see if there's people. Because some people are looking for that vintage
that weird
shit.
one. Yeah, the vintage shit, which
this technically is,
like,
I mean,
my generation, we're looking for the vintage shit of our childhood, like Pokemon,
yeah, we want the stuff from
and
our
Digimon
youth.
and like Dragon Ball Z and like that kind of shit.
We don't want the new stuff.
Nah, we want our old shit.
Yeah.
Give us our old shit.
Yeah. Like,
no
please.
New things allowed. Thank you.
Everything was better then, okay?
A little bit. A little bit.
For the most part. Not everything. But being a kid was pretty fun sometimes.
I gotta pee. So do you want to take a little BRB break?
Yeah, let's take a little break. I'm down.
Okay. BRB muting. Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello.
So
Welcome back, everybody.
on that pee break, I grabbed my bag that I used because Cleese was asking about my swag that I got. And I didn't go crazy. Like, you could easily go crazy on one of these things. Trust me. Jordan. I'm talking about you, Mr. Jordan. Where every year he buys, like last year he bought his Captain America shield. Like that's in his stream, which was quite a fair bit of money. And then this year he bought Thor's hammer, which also was quite a bit of money. Like he always buys next year he's got a plan of what's his next big thing he's gonna buy, because like it's a special thing.
I like that he's getting into it though.
Oh yeah, cool. Like it's really nice. It's really nice to have like a partner who's willing to come to these things, because he could easily turn around and be like, oh, I don't want to go to this thing. Like it's not my scene. Like he told me, like if it wasn't for me, he would never go to anything like this ever. Never in a million years.
By choice. Yeah.
Exactly, by choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he enjoyed like the first year, like I actually brought him into the show. He's like, you should like talk to the people more and like be more like salesy. And like, no. This is not the crowd to be salesy.
We don't talk.
No, you gotta approach them carefully.
You grunt gently.
Yes, and he's like, I don't get it, but now he's like, I got it. I understand now that you can't be aggressive with your sales.
No, you'll shy people away if
exactly.
you're too forceful with it.
Which I know, it's like some people like I'm watching this are like, it can't be like that nerdy, and like nerds aren't really actually doing stuff like that. And I'm like, have you gone to one of these things? It's some of these people are awkward as hell. So awkward. I just gotta learn how to talk to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is my swag I got. This bag I didn't get there, but I'll tell you exactly why I got this bag. A few months ago, like last year at the start, I bought this Grogu bag.
Oh, how cute. I love it.
And the whole thought of these bags are people like me, where like I'm an adult, but I want to buy pins. But where am I supposed to put pins? Because I don't have any bags. I won't put them on my clothes.
Sure.
Like I don't have anything because I can't do that. So these bags,
maybe on like a hat or something.
Exactly, maybe. So these bags, let me just show you the coolness of the bag. You can pull out this sleeve thing here, and it's made for pins. So you can show off.
Rad. I remember that.
You can show off your bag, your pins through your bag. So this is my swag of what I got. These are the pins I bought. Little like card captors, no face. Sashomaru, the barge. The barge is a Vancouver thing, because last this is so dumb. Like last year, we had a really big storm. Like it was winds, biggest winds we've ever had. It was crazy. Trees were knocking over. Like it was windy as fuck. And like on the sea, like we have like these ships that have like those big boxes things.
Sure.
In the wind, one of those boxes fell off of the boat and got stuck on this beach here.
No.
Yeah, and people were loving it. They were digging the barge. Like it was called The Barge. That was its name. Google The Barge Vancouver, and you will see stories about the barge. And this one girl, she was selling I Heart Barge. And I'm like,
that's so funny.
I was obsessed with the barge.
I love the barge. I feel like I kind of remember the barge.
I think I probably talked about it.
I feel like I kind of remember the barge.
Yeah, so like I had to like get that because I'm like, oh, rip the barge.
That's so funny.
Rip. And then I got this little Animal Crossing balloon thingy.
That is so cute. Oh, I get it. At first I didn't get it. Now I totally see it. That is so cute.
It's the Animal Crossing balloon.
Oh.
And then I just slip it in my little backpack here. And when I want to be a little bit of a nerd, I can just wear my little backpack and show off my things. The only Final Fantasy thing I could find there that like was really good. is this tiny pin with other things, but with one sword from like Final Fantasy VII. And I'm like, you know what? This is actually a pretty cool
I like
chain.
it.
Because it has like the Game Boy, CDs, the Pokemon,
Tamagotchi.
Zelda, Tamagotchis. I'm like, that's a pretty cool pin.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I like it.
I like that a lot.
So out of everything I could have gone nuts on, I bought some pins and a keychain.
You did great.
And one other thing I bought was this earpiece where like it hooks around my ear, and it like dangles. Oh. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty.
I bought that, and that's all I did. I didn't go too crazy. I could have went nuts, but that's all I got. That's my swag.
Yeah. That's really pretty. I like that ear thing.
Yeah, it's really, like, it just sits, like, it hooks around, just sits there. Yeah. Really cool.
That's so cool. That would be something I'd pick out for sure. I saw that. I'd be
I'm
shiny.
Like next year, if she will be there again. If she still has them, I'll get you one.
Oh, that's sweet. You don't have to do that. But I'm just saying that totally was something that would
it is like now that I look at it, and also I'm just like, Khalees would have loved that. Like, why did I think of that?
No, that's so cool. I love craft stuff. I think and especially like earrings and dangly stuff. I went through a big phase when I was a teenager of like, I'm not a belly dancer, but they had really cool like earrings and stuff that was like jingle, 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 and like bracelets and stuff. And it was, I don't have any of that jewelry anymore, I don't think, but it's fun jewelry. I don't wear a lot of jewelry though anymore. Like I literally wear these same earrings all the time, every day. I need to switch it up from having kids. The yank on your earrings, so you like you take everything off and then you get used to it. And then you're like, oh yeah, I should start bringing some of that stuff back. So we'll get there. But I love big dangly earrings and stuff. So I think that was a good choice. Have you thought about wearing that with like a certain outfit?
I've actually worn it. I wore it I'm at the show, because that's kind of just what we all that's what we all kind of do. We all
buy something and sport it right away.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm a one girl that was there last year, and she was like kind of next to me, but like one table over, like there was one table and then her, and she did like wood stuff, like she's like carving wooden stuff. Cool. And like she had like these kind of like name tag swords that said like either she, her, he, him, they, them. So then people can like get like a pronoun thing. And so she came up and like bought my two, because like we were chatting and we knew that we were at the same show like last year, and we chatted then too. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get one of her swords, and I got the she, her one, which was her last one. and she's sporting the Matuk, and I'm sporting her name tag. Like, it's just kind of
so cool.
It's a thing we all do, like at shows. We all just buy each other's shit and just wear it.
Love it. That's what it's meant for too. I feel like
it's good to make friends. I struggle at shows making friends, because I'm all like, you're all part of your current clique, because like all these people have been going to the same shows for years, and they all go to a lot more shows than I do. So they all know each other, and I'm like, I'm just the cross-stitch person that shows up eventually.
We need a little Chelly cartoon. Just a little Disney short.
Just everyone talking to me like, hi, can I be your friend, please?
Yes. Can we be friends?
Can we be friends, please? Like, it's just hard, because like they all know each other from other shows. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to include myself without being weird.
Just be weird.
Yeah, it works.
I mean, and then when if it's like throwing out the casting the bait,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be weird.
Yeah.
They take it. They don't. And more than likely they probably will, because of the circumstances of the event. Like everyone's weird in the gaming world and in nerd
also,
world.
Like, we're all at a
funny,
con. Like we're all
people,
fucking weird here.
Yeah.
And like
anxious weirdos with
exactly.
ADHD
And like the girl,
else.
like this girl that does wood. She goes to a lot more like craft shows because her stuff is more like normal people friendly, like in a way. And she was telling me that the Christmas show that I was hoping to get to like really close by here. She says you might want to do that particular show because apparently where I live, this is her words, not mine, is that where I live is where the queer nerds live. And this Christmas show is full of people looking for nerdy shit. And I'm like, oh, okay, I might give that show a try like this year because it's like right down the road. It's super close.
It's really close.
And like she's like, all of the queer nerds are here. And I'm like, okay, and that's kind of like my demographic. Like that's kind of where I kind of belong. So I might give that show a try if I can get in. It's a really kind of tough one to get into if I ask too late. Like last year I asked about it in October and they were full in October. Oh, wow. And it's a Christmas show.
Need to get on it soon.
Yeah, so I'm going to reach out to them and be like, when can I like ask about being part of this?
I want to join.
I want to join at least one of your shows. But like I try really hard. I try to at least like chit chat with a few people, but I just get shy. I just get really shy.
Yeah.
Oh, and I get like weirded out. It's hard because we're all there to like sell stuff, and I don't know.
It's good to make contacts.
It is
networking in that way.
It is,
and then maybe, more often. Obviously, you do this, the closer you're going to become with some of those people, and then suddenly, let's say you want to expand your horizons to somewhere they've been before, and they can kind of help you.
Yeah, get my way in. Yeah, exactly.
Like inside source.
Most of the times at these shows, you don't have any like weird or bad interactions. But I did have one where like it kind of icked me a little bit. Like I was like, ugh, that was not great because like it was this girl. She was going through like my like all of my stuff, and she's like, oh, this is all really great. And, like she's going through my buttons, which are all pretty old. They're all old. I made those like years ago. So like there's Disney stuff and this and that. And she's like, oh, the Disney princesses, that's cool. And then I had one of them like Mulan, and she was wearing her pink dress thing, like when she goes to meet like the what's her name, like
priest,
the marriage lady.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Because I'm like, that's a pretty dress, and I wanted to cross stitch it. And she's like, "Oh, this is nice. I just wish that like more people made her in like her like war gear." And I'm like, "Oh, that's a good idea." This and that. And she's like, "Yeah." And then she took another step, and she's like, "Yeah, people drawing her in like this dress is like just kind of weird." And I looked at her like,
"What?" I just left it at,
what the fuck
did something else.
What does that mean? And like and I didn't say shit. I didn't say anything. I just looked at her like I don't know exactly what my face was, but I'm pretty sure she realized that, like, she said something, I don't know, weird, off, a little rude, maybe? Yeah. And, like, she looked at me and she's like, oh, it's just, and I'm like, no, I really don't know. Like, that part of the movie is, like, kind of a core part of the movie. And, like, and then... like, she wasn't insulting the work. It's just, it was a weird interaction. And, like,
a weird comment to make.
And, like, she bought something and then just kind of left. And I'm like, what do I think of this interaction?
Like, she felt bad, so she bought something. And she's like, okay, thanks, bye.
Maybe, but, like, it was just a weird interaction. Because I wasn't going to, like, actually be like, oh, yeah, maybe it's a little weird. Like, I wasn't going to do that because I'm like, no.
Yeah.
There's nothing weird about me stitching her into that dress or like some Joe Blow drawing her in that dress. Like
Joe Blow.
I don't know.
No, that's legit.
It was just, I think that was like one of my weird interactions.
I feel like I see Mulan more often in her like beginning outfits and
Yeah.
then in the man warrior outfit, soldier
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't often see her in the formal dress very often.
No, I really don't know. Like, I just wanted to stitch it because I thought it was
Artwork style,
pretty.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like her war stuff, I'm like, I don't want to stitch that because it's
Kind of
boring in my
gray
opinion.
and like dark, like greenish. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like not my style. I don't know. It was just a
Yeah.
really strange interaction that like I really like thought about it like for like a while afterwards.
Some people just don't have filters.
True, true. And like maybe that's the case and like
And,
that's fine. Like
yeah.
but it was just strange and I like she looked at me and I looked at her and it got really weird real fast. Real fast and she just bought a thing and then left. I'm like, okay, you bought something at least.
Sorry, that's hysterical. She felt all bad, so she's like awkwardly biased.
Maybe. And like one girl, like because I have a strict rule of like don't try on my toques. They're fucking
fair.
they're toques. They're gonna fit. And
Yeah.
like if you're not gonna buy, I don't want your head touching it because I don't know.
You know what it's gonna look like.
I don't know what's going on in that head. I don't know what's going on that head. Like
about
no.
lice.
And like some people are like,
Ugh.
I'm just concerned about it being too tight, and I'm like, oh no problem. Like I'll stretch it, and like I stretch it, and like the toques stretch out to like this big. Like
big,
they're stretchy toques. And like this one girl is like, oh, can I like try on this toque? And I'm like, sorry, no, you can't try on the toque. And then she's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, it's just for sanitary like reasons. And
I think that's a fair reason.
and then she's and like this girl's head's pretty, like she has a small head, like this toque's gonna fit her, okay? There's no way this toque is not gonna fit her tiny head. And like she just kind of like I'm pretty sure like she was gonna buy the toque, but since I didn't allow her to wear it, she didn't buy the toque. But I'm like,
Sure.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no.
It's like if you wanted to see how it was gonna look on you, you could literally just put it up above your like forehead. You don't have to touch your head, but you could be like, oh, okay, that's an idea. Like you could get the idea.
Yeah, and like you kind of know what
That's my
color
point.
toques suit your skin and this and that, and I don't know, like there was no need to try on the toques in my opinion. Because I
think
told
nowadays-
people twice now. Like there was two people I said no to. Like the first one, he still bought a toque because I showed him how stretchy it was, and he's like, "Oh, okay, that's gonna fit. That's gonna fit my head. It's all good." And the
I
other
like
girl,
that.
she just go weirded out, and she just walked away. I'm like, whatever. Like, no, you can't put your toque on because I don't know if you have like lice or something. Like, could you imagine
People
if
are
people
weird,
bought my
too.
toques and then all of a sudden people get lice and then I get known as the girl with lice
Oh no.
and then that ruins my sales
Let's avoid
forever?
the bad reputation. Yeah.
Like, imagine if I sold toques and someone tried it on and then put it back in with all my other toques and they all get like infected with lice. And then everyone buys my toque and then they get lice and they're like, I bought this toque from Cross Stitch Girl over there. And then like, and then I'm ruined. I'm ruined forever.
The end of your cross stitch career.
It really is.
The
And then
lice lady.
like, we have to move then. We gotta move. I can't be the lice lady. Can't happen here. No, sorry.
My reputation is crushed.
It's ruined. My reputation would be over. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. Yeah.
That's funny.
And someone else would have bought the toque, which I'm pretty sure whatever toque she wanted, someone else friggin' bought it.
Yeah.
But the best was when someone like walked around, because some people do this, which I learned very quickly at shows. If you see something you want to buy, fucking buy it, because it will be gone. And I've learned this lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
At my first
Sure.
shows, because like my mom, like when we first like went to shows and stuff, my mom would always be like, take a walk around, look at what's around, see what you want, and then come back to it. I did that the first couple years, and every fucking time I'm like, oh shit, that plushie's gone.
Thing that I want, it's gone.
Every year. And like
Yeah.
with my toques, it was so satisfying in a sick way when like someone was looking at toques and they left and like they came back and they're like, oh, it's gone. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, there's only one of each of everything here.
Yeah.
And like they were bummed out, and I'm like, ha 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 ha! You should have
I
bought
learned my
it.
lesson. No, you will too.
Sell lice shampoo along the tubes. No, be so bad, so bad.
Just in case.
Just in case. I don't have it, but you never know.
I've never had it.
I have had it twice.
Have you?
As like a child.
Is it a pain in the ass?
Oh my Lord. It was such a pain in the ass because first of all, when I was a kid, I had long hair. Sure. Long hair. Long, thick, curly hair.
Yeah, oh hey.
And like when you get lice, you have to go out and buy like special shampoo. And then mom would have to sit me down in the bathroom, put the stuff in, and then by section comb out all of the lice. And it takes hours. And you have to wash the sheets every day.
Yeah.
And all of your plushies and your stuffies that you sleep with as a child have to be washed. And you can't touch those plushies or things for...
Or it's all just everywhere.
Yeah, so I had it twice. And it's not fun. Your head is so itchy too. Like, so itchy.
The family I nannied for all got lice but me. And we were on like a road trip together, and I don't know how.
How did you not get it?
I don't know how I slipped past that. And I have thick motherfucking hair.
Yeah.
And they were like inspecting my head too. Like, are you okay, Jaja? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like looking, and because that's what they would call me, because the kids couldn't call me Jerica because they were so little. Mm-hmm. So they would always call me Jaja instead cute. Because that's what they could pronounce. Yeah. So that's just what the parents called me too.
Yeah. So, I love that. That's so cute. Jaja. That's so cute.
Yeah. So they were like, anyways, but the mom got it really bad. And so they learned to like suffocate it basically as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like keep your hair up and
yeah, it's not fun.
I saw them. At least the gal, the mom was like, Jaja, will you look? And I was like, okay, because anyways, my mom would have me do shit like that where I would be like the guinea pig of inspecting what the fuck gross was going on in the world where they couldn't reach, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be the nurse. Ew. I'm going in. I saw them. I saw like the bugs too. You know, it's intense.
It's gross. It's terrible.
I'm grateful I didn't get them because just having like you said, being a kid with thick, long curly hair.
Yeah,
I could see how that would take forever.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no.
And like and like at shows, you really got to keep an eye on them fucking kids. They got sticky fingers, and like it's not that they're meaning to have sticky fingers, but they're fingering all my magnets and shit.
And don't have any regard.
And like this one kid he got so pumped about this one thing I had. He keep running over and he's pointing. And the table's like shaking, and I'm like, oh my God, is he gonna knock everything down? And he's like, Mom, Dad, look at that. And I'm like, oh my Lord, don't knock anything off the table, please.
Get out of here, child. It's a child.
It's a child. Oh my God. Like the panic kind of like sets in because you never know what they're going to do. Like they might stick something in their mouth. Like I've heard of kids doing that at these shows. Like kids knocking over shit, putting things in their mouths. Like when I rebooked my booth, like my table, the guy there, like I was talking to him because like the people behind us was having like 3 people in their space, which is in most shows not allowed because like it's too crowded, and they were kind of pissing me off. So I asked them like, what are the rules? And they're like, if someone needs like extra help, they don't like to really enforce it. And I'm like, yeah, cool, no problem. I just want to know if it's a rule or not. And then he was telling me about at one of their other shows, because they do a bunch of these shows around like the US and here too. And he was telling me about this one table where sometimes like these artist people, they have like big stands where like they tape their art to it, and like it's just kind of free flowing there. Apparently one of them fell, like these stands, and it's just like 2 poles with 1 pole like on top, you know? And it fell, and the table next to them had a bunch of glass and stuff, and it fell into their table. and broke a bunch of their shit. And like this guy that's in charge of the booths are like, do you have any like insurance? And this guy's like, no, I don't.
The fuck would you think I would need insurance for this for? I mean, I get it.
Like some of the shows do ask you to get them.
Probably should,
and he didn't. So he's like, you got to pay for all of the shit that just broke. And I don't know how that ended, but whew, because at every show, somebody's picture wall falls down. At every show, there's somebody's picture wall that falls down. Every single time. Every show.
Gravity takes place. It's just
gravity
down.
takes place. The airflow changes a bit. You can see it. And the one that fell down like this year was like down the way from us. But I turned and this girl like scoots her chair back a little bit. And she knocked one of her legs. And in slow-mo, it fell back like in the slowest of slow-mos I've ever seen. It was really light, so it didn't hurt anybody. It fell onto the people behind her. And I'm like, I guess that's the major fall of this year.
The fall this
Every year. Every year. Like last year, it was the table not across from me, but behind them, and like all of a sudden you hear crash and like, oh my god, and like you look and there's like people standing running around.
Stop it from domino effects.
Pretty much every year those display types are bad design. They are, but literally everybody uses them. It's just the lightest way that people can like travel around with them, honestly. Like they are terrible designs, but they use them. I personally couldn't because I don't know how I would even make that work for my shit. But every year something falls. It's so funny. But imagine it like breaking a bunch of glass.
I would be devastated. Being the artist and being the person who did it. I would just feel awful.
Yeah.
An awful situation to be a part of.
Like, granted, like accidents happen, but like every time a kid comes running up and like pointing their little
I'm kind of
grubby
surprised
fingers.
kids are allowed, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess they have to be.
Yes. Well, like, sometimes it's not even the kids that are, like, annoying. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves is if, like, you're in, like, a line of people, and, like, it's a big, hallway, and when your group of friends decide to stop in front of my table to chat as a big group, that's, like,
you see all these people walking by them,
and I'm like, I could be making sales here. Like, this happened, like, this year, and there was, like, this group of, like, 6 people stopped right in front of my table. I let it go for like a couple minutes because a couple of them were like looking at my stuff, and then they turn around and they're talking in their circle. And then I'm getting slowly madder and madder and madder.
Move.
And then finally I stood up, and one of the girls I just stared at. I just death glared her. And like she finally looked at me and went, guys, I think we should probably move. And and I didn't say a word. I'm just like,
like, shoo, get out of here.
Exactly. Like,
go on.
That's like,
go on, get.
That's like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves of these shows is when people do shit like that. And like, they're not even thinking about it. They don't think it's a big deal, but I could have missed like 3 sales there. And I'm here to have a good time, yes, but I'm also here to make some money.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you guys are having fun, but with the crowds this fucking year, I don't got time for that.
Move it along. There's other places to sit and mingle.
Exactly. Just go to a corner somewhere and chit chat. That's fine.
Sure.
And but with the crowds this year, I still can't get over the crowds. I've never seen so many people.
That's exciting. I hope it's big like that next year too.
Me too. Gonna bring so many toques.
All the toques.
All the toques. All the toques. I'll make there's something I'm gonna make like a couple of like earrings, like a couple of like sheets to cut out and the magnets, but definitely focusing more on toques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And especially since your show's usually in the winter, right?
Like
Well,
end
or
of
at least that
winter.
one.
Like it's still like pouring rains and it's cold out. So
Yeah, it's like perfect time to sell toques, basically.
Exactly. Teach me what a toque is. You're welcome, Brew. You're welcome. I'm sorry once again that I did not use a more common term. It's just that is the most common term here for a hat. Like a beanie. I don't think I know anybody that uses that word, like, as not a joke. You feel fancy now. Toques.
Wait, I saw that.
It's almost 9, and I'm so sorry for taking over the whole thing about the convention.
I wanted to hear all about it, and I have nothing to report other than
Being
my house
sickly.
has been sick for 2 weeks. My head has been clogged. I can't hear out of both of my ears.
Ugh.
Like I can obviously hear you, but the volume I've had to increase.
And it's muffled.
I can't get rid of the congestion from here. Literally. Like it's not anywhere motherfucking else, but right there. We got some more medicine today.
Oh, good.
John's healthy finally.
Oh.
Ella's getting there. She's still got pink eye going on. The motherfuckers gave me pink eye, which I've never had in my life.
Wow. Does it suck? I've never had it. Never. Is it like your eye, it's like itchy and like pussy?
Your eyes feel super tired. And it's like how because, we've got toddlers. So it's like, to John, I'm like, he knows what the Sandman is. So he's like, the bad Sandman's here. So it's basically because like he would wake up, like I woke up this morning and my eyes were sealed shut from just like goop coming out of my eyes. It's not pus.
Yeah.
But it's just like extra, it's almost like mucus.
Yeah.
In a way. I mean, it's all connected, right?
Yeah.
Everything in your head. So I guess it makes sense. But it can be caused from having sinus shit. So we got knocked out, and I guess a bunch of people are getting it around the area.
Jeez, look at you guys spreading
So I feel so stoked on that one.
Kidding.
It's great. Kona did not get the pink eye.
Good. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But yeah, so we've just been death, and all last week was like a vacation week for school, and we were all sick.
Aww.
Which is fine. We didn't have plans to do anything really, but it was just like.
But like now you really don't have plans. Like you couldn't even like sporadically
couldn't do anything.
Exactly.
And then it started snowing, right? I'm like, oh, whatever. Kona and I were like, oh yeah, they're gonna have a big storm, whatever. No big deal.
No, you got a big storm.
Like, yeah, it's a whatever storm. I don't believe these predictions anymore. We got shit on.
You got shit on.
Like I want to say 4.5 feet at least of snow.
I
looked out my fucking door. No, at least I want to say 5 because when I shoveled the first round yesterday, and mind you, Kona and I are both sick, and we both were like, okay, which parent is feeling the worst today? Because that person can go chill and sit in this house with the kids, and the other person's got to go make an effort and shovel some of this fucking snow. So we were like tapping out, like off and on. Anyways, so that shoveling, that was an easy 3 feet. The next morning, there was another 2 feet of snow. I was like, Kona, we have like, an air blower that you can like blow dust off pavement, cement, whatever. Like, Kona, I got mom's blower in the back of the car. You think I could just blow this? Because it was really light at that time at night. And he like laughed. He literally like chuckled out loud at me. Like, that's not going to work. You're just going to make it snow again on us. And I'm like, well, I don't know. It could probably, if I stayed in one area, wouldn't it just like kind of
Yeah, exactly. I get you. I got you.
You're with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. That's a good idea.
Like,
you should have tried it.
But shoveling this shit right now. So yeah. And so it felt like The Shining for a second because we hadn't left our house for I had to work 2 different times in between it all because I have to work. I run my own business, so I had to go do that, and that sucked. But anyways, it's just what it is. It's just being life. And being a mom of tiny children
who are sick,
one of which that's in school, and as in the words of my mother, the little kids are petri dishes.
They are.
Fuck that. basically.
Oh,
Conan
jeez.
are like, why do we put John in school again?
Exactly.
We were so healthy before. Like, honestly,
So
we would
true.
get sick every other week. What the fuck? At least twice a month.
Yeah.
This was a bad one though, and I'm hoping we don't get sick again in another month at least. That'd be
Yeah.
great. Anyways, so I don't have a huge update. Way rather listen to you and your convention because it's way more interesting than my life. But good news, if anyone saw any of my social medias, because I did post some pictures, how overwhelmed I was about the snow this morning because Kona's like tapping out. It's like, I'm crushed. Your turn. I'm like, all right. I'm like, how far? What's up? What's up with what do I have left? He's like, basically the whole car needs to be shoveled off, like kind of. And I'm like, fuck. It's like 3 feet on top of the car.
Jesus.
Standing out there, and then they made this video because I was like
Yeah.
looking at it. We have like 8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot walls
You do.
of snow. We were driving through some neighborhoods today. I haven't seen a winter like this in a while, you guys. It's
Global warming, my friend.
massive. It's great. I grew up with winters like this, so it's like familiar, but also like, holy fuck. Like, I didn't have to shovel it when I was a kid and dealt
Yeah.
with it like way different. Um, no, you can't see all the houses. I should actually, here, I'll show you.
Crazy.
It might not be very great quality. This is, you can kind of see part of the house. This is a neighbor of my dad's in the neighborhood I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
But you can, oh dear.
The
That
chocolate
little triangle
phones,
there?
right?
That triangle there? Yeah, I know it's bad, right? What is that? That's the house. But it's like all white, so it's like terrible quality. Sorry, but I have to shovel. There's no address numbers, so I don't feel that bad. You can see kind of like a little window right here where my finger is. That's a sliding glass door, and I have to shovel a path. Wait, what if I do? I don't know how this isn't going to work very well. I don't know. It's the lighting. It's too bright, I think. Hold on. What if I did that? There's like a. Is that going to work?
Oh, that's a little bit better.
Anyways, not really.
Yeah.
It's just too bright. Anyways, that's like 5 feet tall, and I have to make it. Anyways, there's just so much. No, you can like see some houses, others no. Depends on the house. I drove by to check on my dad's house today, make sure he's doing all right because he can't shovel very well, and he was doing okay.
Oh, good.
But you can't see that house. House I grew up in is literally an igloo right now. It's a pyramid
Yeah, your favorite house.
already, so it's literally an igloo.
Oh my god.
Like, fuck, I wonder if he needs the window shoveled out. Anyways, my life is so boring compared to yours right now. So I was like, please convention up because, yo, this bitch is boring as fuck. I'm snowmageddoned out.
Like, I can talk about cons like all day just because like there's so much fun and there's so much shit that goes on. Like, that's not even like all of it. I still got like a few more stories like up my sleeve. Like, just all shit always happens at cons, and like you meet the most interesting people and you always have stories. Like even in the past, like I got stories from like years ago at cons because like we always went to like at least 2 or 3 per year.
Yeah.
Like
I'm surprised there's not like a reality TV show on the behind the scenes of a convention like that.
Oh yeah,
where it like focuses on like 1 or 2 stands, or whatever.
Yeah, or like guests and like what they plan to do. Like I remember with my friends, like we would always go to Edmonton, like not as like sellers, but like just people going to cons, and we would plan our cosplays, go like thrift shopping for our cosplays. Are we doing a group one? Is it just us doing like individual ones? Like you plan for these things, like conventions. You really plan ahead. Like I got like a cosplay that I'm trying to think of how to do, which I really want to do. But I'm just trying to think of it, trying to get the pants. This is the hard part. But Brew, you have a good night and thank you for hanging out. And I'm happy that we could make you realize that Pokemon are based off of real life, like actual animals.
Yeah. I totally assumed I most knew that. They kind of look like it.
Yeah, like, like no judging. It's
at the
just
same time,
funny.
I feel you.
Yeah, I got it.
Not all of them are animals.
Yeah. So some of them are things.
They're just, yeah.
They're just things.
Some of them are weird.
Yeah.
Let's not go there anyway. I'm still got the damn page up.
Exactly. But next week there won't be a like a podcast because somebody's getting married. Woo! Woo! Yes, we're gonna be in Mexico next week, which is just
I can't even believe it.
It's insane. Like on Saturday, like we're gonna officially be like a married couple because like that's when we're signing the paper. Like this Saturday,
yeah.
Like 2 days away.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Like, it's crazy. And then we fly out on Monday as long as it doesn't fucking snow here. It's been snowing for the past 2 days.
Oof.
Like,
girl, I get it.
Like, it's not as bad as yours, but like, you know how like this place
doesn't matter, it's still inconvenient.
It shuts down when it fucking snows.
Yeah.
And the planes shut down because it's an international hub, but yet they can't handle any fucking snow. Going to the office and we're gonna get married. Yeah, we're going to our social room. We're going to our social room and getting married there, then ordering pizza. That's our plan. Yeah, it's gonna be great fun. Great fun. And our holidays technically start on Friday because our day off was supposed to be like yesterday, but because it was month end and it was insane and we had to clean some nasty sweets. We couldn't take it, so we're like, can we get Friday off? And she's like, yeah, you can take Friday off. And we're like, yes, another day added to our holiday.
A little extra to prep too.
Exactly. I'm gonna get my nails done and I'm getting my toesies done as well for the first time. I never get my toes done because I got a little toes. I got a little like that, like because like some people got like a good size nail bed. Like good sized toenails. I got little guys. They're little tiny, so it's like not even worth paying it. But then I'm like, we're going to Mexico. I gotta wear sandals. I'm gonna pay like this $60 to get my toes done. And I
love it.
Yeah, so I'll post some pictures.
And it's good to feel fancy with the toesies too, especially in Mexico.
Exactly, or else I wouldn't be doing it because like they're quite small. Quite small little toenails. Like it's like one coat, you're done. One tiny beep.
It's so cute. I love it.
So next week there will be no podcast, but the week after, as long as nobody's sick, we'll be able to podcast. But we can all kind of like imagine what that podcast might be full of.
Yes, and I think I'm going to be wearing the dress I would have worn to the wedding had I been able to go. So I think we're going to maybe do a celebratory.
Yes.
Maybe you even in your wedding dress.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I'm going to wear my wedding dress to the podcast.
So the podcast post-wedding, we're going to do like a celebration.
Yes. We're going to dress nice.
Have it after wedding. What would the topic be? I want to hear about everything. And of course. You have to share pictures if you can of certain things you want to share on pod if you want.
Yeah.
So
for sure, I'll upload some pictures and schedule them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm excited for you guys. So much.
It doesn't feel real still,
right?
Like it doesn't feel like because we've been engaged for 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it doesn't feel like it's actually happening, you know?
Oh, and then it's gonna happen. It's
gonna
be so special.
And then I got to bring home my dress the other day, and that was so exciting. And like I finally,
she looks amazing, by the way.
It fits. Like my boobies look all good, and you know the most important part, the boobs look good, right?
Gotta make the sisters present themselves on the right way. Yes.
Exactly. And like they were teaching me some tricks, and like it was really nice because where I got my dress, I picked I think the perfect place to get my dress because like the manager for some reason she just really took a shine to us, And like she was like really like involved with like my whole dress.
That's cool.
And like
I love that.
and then like I went in and like I waved at her and she was like talking on the phone, and then I got like in my dress and she came running around and she's like, "Oh my god, it looks even better."
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
that shows you that she really cared too.
Yeah, exactly. And like I got like everybody's name, so I'm going to write a really nice thing online about the store cuz like they did a fantastic job.
That's great.
I thought buying the dress would be like the most stressful part of this whole thing.
It seemed pretty mellow. Like I think there was a moment of like, when is my dress coming? Hello.
Well, like that
was
part,
a little
but like
at first,
picking the dress,
it was fine.
I thought that part was going to be really difficult, like picking a dress, but
Yeah.
it was actually quite good.
Yeah. You knew once you saw it. You're like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. I love it.
So,
Ah.
it's just gonna be so much fun next week. So much fun, and then we're gonna film it, and then we'll send you the video and send you all the pictures, and I'm gonna print out your face and put you on a chair.
That's right. Yes, please.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I love that so much. I wasn't sure. Everyone's still gonna do it.
Like, oh yeah, but like everyone's gonna be like, "What is this?" I'll be like, "She couldn't come. It's fine."
She couldn't make it. She's still here though in spirit. She really wanted to come. Okay.
Yeah, she really wanted to come. But just her mom ruined it all. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Pretty much.
Just kidding.
No, there's no offense to that joke.
It's a pretty good joke, I feel.
It's appropriate. It's appropriate. I joke about it all the time. Please don't feel like it would offend me.
Good.
Because, I mean, you know, she did ruin some shit.
She
didn't take care of herself and fucking had to go have a heart attack, damn it. God.
Bitch.
Pissed at her today about it. I was like, what the fuck? Pissing me off. Oh, Rube. It's my mom's dog.
Ruby.
It's over here. We got fried chicken today from the store.
Hell yeah.
And my mom would feed her dogs anything apparently, because this dog was fucking on crack for that shit. We're like, whoa, bro. Take it. And I'm like, mom probably fucking was like, here, Rube. Gave her like chunks of fucking
probably.
Like, no wonder her butt stank for the first like couple months of being. She hasn't. Man, her farts. Have you smelled a Ruby fart in a while? She doesn't stink at all, huh, Rube? Yeah. She's lost some weight and eating all those fatty stuffs, huh, Rube? I need to do that. Live her lifestyle, cut everything out so I can lose some weight. I don't want to.
The struggle sucks.
Anyways, yeah, so I'm so excited for you guys. But I do want to ask you something after end of stream, just because.
Okay, I'll stick around.
This jazz, but yeah, just for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But tonight was really fun, and I'm really glad I got to hear all about the convention because I was really bummed I didn't get to hear about it last week.
Yeah.
Right after it had happened and it was fresh. I couldn't exist. Anyways, I feel terrible, but I felt like shit. I felt like shit for like 7 days.
No, don't even worry about it. Like,
so I appreciate.
They're always like the highlight of my year. Like I always like cherish cons, and I always like I love them so much.
Yeah,
they're so much fun.
I like hearing the stories too. It's so good. Or I should say I'm short enough. She's tall enough she can stand behind me and be seen. Yeah.
Yeah, super tall Cleese here.
I'm almost 6 foot. Not really. I'm like 5'9", almost 5'10". I was almost 5'11". Like it was like 5'10 3/4, and then I checked my height, and I'm like 5'9" and a half. I've shrank.
You shrank.
I'm getting old. I'm shrinking. Anyways, shall we find someone to raid poo?
Sure. Who should we raid? Do you know anyone? There's the turtles.
Turtle out.
We love turtles. We love the turtles in this household. One sec. Let me get the raid commands up. Raid. There we go. Let me copy and paste that. If you want us, could you start the raid?
Let me get there.
Yeah, no problem. Just needed to copy and paste this, and then we didn't copy the string key. Like, I've done that. I've done that before. It's stressful.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Well,
yeah, see you in a couple of weeks.
I guess
pretty
2
much.
weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks
from now. So maybe that Monday we might game. I don't know what you guys are doing this weekend. If you have any time, we might.
Like next Monday?
Maybe. Not this coming Monday, but the.
Yeah, because we fly back on Sunday, so we might be.
Yeah, you might not want to.
We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling.
See how you feel.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll just start off seeing each other on Wednesday.
Exactly.
And we'll go from there. But I'm excited to hear all about it.
I'll be full. We'll be full of stories. Full of stories. You know, there's going to be shit that go down.
Yes. I can't wait.
Well, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you in around 2 weeks' time.
Woohoo!
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.